Recording wide. Oh man, I was gonna do this. No, wrong one. I was gonna go. No, that's terrible. It didn't work. Okay,
Scratch that.
we're doing it. We're doing a podcast. We don't even know what we're doing.
We don't know what we're doing.
But what is today's date?
It is Friday, June 25th.
And last Tuesday we had Cops and Kids.
Yep.
And we're here with Crystal Blagg, the PFS grantee that put on Cops and Kids, and we'll be right back to tell you more about that.
Our mission is to promote strategies and policies which ensure improved health for all citizens of Nowata County.
Hello, Nowata County. This is Marcus Yersa with Nowata Can. Nowata Can is a local coalition of 3 grants that we operate underneath. And the first grant that we're going to talk about is TSET, which stands for Tobacco Settlement Endowment Trust.
Hi everyone, I'm Misty. I work alongside Marcus on the TSET grant. The TSET grant's primary focus is tobacco cessation, physical activity, and nutrition.
And I am Crystal. I work on the PFS grant, which is the Partnership for Success. What that program is to address substance abuse among young adults and youth. And our main focus on that is marijuana use and underage drinking, and that we cover the entire county. We also provide lockboxes for safe storage of your prescriptions.
And I'm Trista. I work on the DFC grant, and DFC stands for Drug Free Communities, and it is a concerted effort between CDC and community coalitions like Nowata Can, and it focuses on the prevention and awareness of youth substance abuse.
And there you have it. That is Nowata Can in a nutshell. If you're interested in any of these specific grants, please stay tuned. We'll be diving deeper into each one of them and giving a little bit more information about the activities and events and the grants in general. So stay tuned.
Lock the door.
Nah.
Okay.
We'll just invite them in.
And we're back, guys. Be prepared. This is a professional production
sorry.
here.
Sorry.
Anyways, hey, we're back. And what is Cops and Kids, Crystal? What is it?
A fun community event that we invite all the kids of the community and parents to come out and interact with our police department, sheriff's department, fire and EMS. They get to go through the vehicles, interact with all of our officers. They got to try on helmets and vests and do all that fun stuff so that if they were to ever need those officers, that they would feel like they could go to those guys.
That's super important. From a guy that's worked in mental health for a long time, I know of stories where the kids were not particularly comfortable with police officers or fire department, and you've heard other stories, all over the United States, of the kids maybe not having a positive relationship because anytime that they seen them, something traumatic was happening.
Absolutely.
And being able to see those kids go up and interact with the police officers in an environment like that, if heaven forbid there was to be like a traumatic situation where the responders had to be there, they're not going to have that. At least they'll have a positive interaction with them. There was a word that we were struggling with earlier. I'm putting them on the spot. I don't know if they actually ever found it.
I don't think we
What
did.
was
We did it.
But it was a positive social norms is what we would use in mental health, but it's something of that
Yeah.
nature,
It's
right?
something that we emphasize, but
Yeah, we
can't
wanna-
think of the
It's
word.
just the phrasing. It's not
Yeah.
they don't know
Yeah.
what it is. It's just it's one of those, you work in a program and you have your
Well-
vernacular, your language that you use all the time.
and
It's
we
just
live a
escaping.
life of acronyms anyway.
Right.
So
What does know what a can mean, by the way? Yeah. Community Advancement Network.
oh, yep, good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a positive interaction with our law enforcement.
Yep.
So
Right on.
So, how long have we been doing this?
this is actually our second time to do it. Second annual. Should have been our third because last
Oh,
year
right.
we got shut
COVID.
down from COVID. So this was our second year in Nowata. We will be doing another one in August in South Coffeyville, and it will also be the second annual Cops and Kids in South Coffeyville. And we are working to do that in conjunction with like an open house for school. So it will happen there
Oh,
on
nice.
the school grounds.
It feels like I was talking to Chief McElhaney, and it feels like we've been doing it a lot longer because I was still working with Grand Lake, and I was there set up like Grand Lake was this time, and at South Coffeyville, but we've done one in Nowata and South Coffeyville and then we skipped a year, and then we've done one in Nowata, and we will be doing one in South Coffeyville.
Yes.
When is that? Did we already
In
say that?
August. We don't have a specific date yet.
August,
so
okay.
It will be mid-August.
Around what, before school starts?
Right before
or
school starts,
something
yes.
Like that.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yep.
We were talking off camera that we had a bunch of cancellations because of weather, and then we lucked out with the weather. It was gorgeous
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yes.
It was absolutely gorgeous.
So that was our third makeup date.
Yeah. We're tenacious. We'll make it happen. We will
Right.
absolutely make it
Right.
happen. Trista, how does that play into your grant?
Oh, well, so I'm on the DFC, the Drug Free Communities grant. And so our grants are very similar because we're addressing, preventing and, the awareness of youth substance abuse. So it kind of goes hand in hand. So our grants work together pretty well. What her grant can fund and mine can't, or vice versa, it just works out that way.
They just
So-
work to complement each
Yep,
other.
it complements it very nicely and serves our community just that much more. Where, like, the DFC is within the city limits of Nowata, the PFS is in the county, so we can kind of cover the whole area with both of our grants. It's nice.
Whenever I give my little elevator speech to people about know what I can,
Feel.
because we're always trying to, we're always trying to communicate to the community what know what I can is, because it is a little bit complicated if you're not in that world. Just like all the acronyms that we use all the time. we have a little too much fun sometimes. Not gonna lie, but. Community Advancement Network, we've got 3 grants. Mine's TSET, PFS, and DFC. And the short explanation is TSET is tobacco for the most part, but nutrition and physical activity, and that's why we do some of the things in the community. And then your guys' grants really work a lot closer together just because of the way they're laid out. But if people ask me what your grant is, I have been saying it's an opioid prevention and awareness grant, but it is more on the prescription drug abuse.
Well,
Is that-
underage drinking and marijuana use
Okay,
among our youth, as well as there is a prescription
and that's another element. to it.
misuse and portion of it.
So I need to refine the way my explanation
Our
is.
previous focus was prescription drugs.
Okay.
that's
So I'm
what-
not totally.
No,
I'm not totally out of the
No.
loop here.
And we still work to that. We have, like at our Cops and Kids event, we passed out swag bags to all the kids, and within those
Right.
bags had some doTERRA pouches. So if you were a parent that got one of those, what those are, it's just a disposal method to get rid of some of your old prescriptions that are in the house.
Yep.
You can put the pills in that bag with some water, shake it up, it will dilute it, and then you can just throw it in the trash.
Does it like kill all the
It
active ingredients?
deactivates the pills. Yes.
Well, and we just had a prescription take back event not too long ago. Like what, in
In
April?
April,
End of
yes.
April. Yeah. So, yeah, we're still doing
We still
that.
those. Yep. And we still promote the drug take back box that is located in City Hall. So
Oh,
if you
yeah.
have any pills that you need to get rid of, your
My mom's calling. She probably wants to go eat lunch with me. Call you back, Mom.
go pay your water bill, and you can drop those off
yeah.
right there in the foyer of the City Hall.
So as far as turnout Tuesday night, I mean,
I think we had some suggestions between 400 and 500 people.
yep.
So
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
it was
That's pretty cool.
excellent. We had some
Oh.
inflatables for the kids.
Right. Oh, you know what? We have a little slideshow that we prepared. Let's talk about that. Here we go. All right. So this is the snow cone.
Yeah, we had J&L snow cones
Oh, it moves fast.
from here in town come out and do snow cones for the kids. And as that one, we had a dance
Look at
off
that
with
guy over there
our
having fun.
police department, sheriff, and fire department. But we have to say the police department won that one hands down.
Clearly.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly.
So go check out our Facebook. You can see a portion of that video.
My slideshow's off to the left. I'm not a fan of that. Oh, there's the kiddos that won the bikes.
Yeah, we had quite a few giveaways. In order to get your kid's name in the drawing for all the giveaways, we did a parent survey, which was just kind of asking perception of harm. What's a parent's perception of, do they talk to their kids about alcohol, drugs, tobacco, and what are they seeing in the community?
Right. We were able to get something that it's a necessary evil is what I would have to call it, but surveys. We got to get information. If we don't have information, we can't make wise choices.
Yep.
And I know they can kind of be a pain, and sometimes we dangle that carrot, and in this case, snow cones, to get, and we got, what, 70?
70,
Yep.
70?
which is a good number for us.
Not bad.
We don't
Absolutely.
just like data and spreadsheets to like data and spreadsheets. We
No.
actually we use that information
No.
to serve our community the best that we possibly
Because
can.
what we think might be an issue,
Yep.
parents aren't seeing that as an issue, and they think X, Y, and Z is an issue. So we,
Sure.
want to look towards that.
That totally makes sense. This is not, a lot of these things that we do are not based on our personal opinions. They're based on data and having conversations with other people in the community. And just like the question the question that was on the survey was, what is your perception of harm? What I think, if I'm raising a kid and my kid's running around out in the grass barefooted, I might not worry about it. Some other parent like, oh my gosh, that kid's gonna hurt themselves or fall or whatever. So different. The perception is different, and we gotta, be as unbiased as possible. And data is great, but we also need to know the quantitative value of what is important to people in our community, so we can address it in an appropriate way and not push our, what our attitudes are. So we try to be as human as we can, but also be as unbiased as we possibly can, and really, that's across all of our grants.
For sure.
That's the smart way to do it. If we just went off of data, we'd just be machines and not really, maybe not address anything, right? But we're roughly at 11 minutes. Is there anything else specific that we might want to touch on before we go? And if you think about that, I'm going to tell a little story about, you guys touched on it during the slideshow, but I thought I was being clever, and I think it was clever at the end of the day, but got on the microphone and basically started a little rivalry between the fire department and the police department, and was like, oh yeah, they were talking about they're better dancers or something of that nature. And I knew that we got to stay on Chief's good side because he's a big supporter of us. But I threw him under the bus, and sure enough, he came out. Him and Billy came out, and some of the firefighter guys came out. And once you get out there and you start having fun, then it's a lot easier. And all the kids started crowding around. And Chief gave me a big old hug afterwards. But I told him, I hit him on the shoulder afterwards, and I said, I knew once I called you out and I seen that look on your face, I better get out there and do it with you so he's not going to get me back later. I don't like that whole going back and forth thing, because I'm not as extreme as some of my friends are with their, like, getting you back with their pranks things, and I don't know how far Chief would go with it. So, anyways, that was fun. That's one of those things that just engages the community more, and the kids see the police officers having fun and realize, oh, they're humans too. They just have a job to do, and they wear uniforms and all that kind of stuff.
Well, it's just something to bring the community together.
Yeah.
I mean, we need more of those things. So
Absolutely. We need, well, that's a whole nother podcast. we need more community stuff.
yeah.
I do want to just give a quick shout out to our Noel
right
Police
on.
Department, Chief McElhaney and all his officers, our Sheriff's Department, Sheriff McLean, and all his guys and ladies, and our Noel Fire and EMS for coming out and being such good sports and participating in that. As
Absolutely.
well as Regent Bank. They cooked hot dogs for us
Yep.
and served all those, so we sure appreciate those guys, as well as the volunteers that we had come out. Boys and Girls Club, their Teen Center Youth Coalition. We had some local 4-H members, as well as a few of our OHC ladies that are always there for us.
Yep. And weren't those hot dogs that Regent Bank did, weren't they from Anderson's?
They were from Anderson's, yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Yep. I heard several people bought into them and expecting like your typical cheap is gonna be. And they're like, oh,
99
these are really good. Well, Crystal, she's not gonna like this. You did amazing. You did, and
It was awesome.
we've told you a couple times, and she's very humble, and she's like, it was all of us. Well, it is to a degree, but there's got to be somebody behind it. There's got to be somebody putting it all together, and so thank you very much.
Thank
you did
you.
amazing.
But it takes a village.
It does, and we got our village idiot right here, so we just got to fill in some more.
We should have done the
Some more.
YMCA.
Oh, we didn't do that one.
You should
That's
have done
all.
the YMCA.
Oh yeah, right on. We need a YMCA here, maybe. I don't know. I think that about covers it. Is there anything else, ladies?
I think that's it.
I think
yeah.
we came in at just like 14, 15 minutes. Hopefully we kept it short and sweet with a lot of good information. Whatever platform you end up watching this on, please, or you can always go to our Facebook page. You can call us 273-1500 up here. We got a lot of things going. If you have some feedback or some helpful ideas, then we're always open to it because we're here to advance the NOWADA network or Community Advancement Network. We're here to advance NOWADA.
One of
That's
those.
basically
Something like that.
All right, you guys good?
We're
We're
good.
good. Yep.
All righty. Well, thank you guys for tuning
you
in.
guys.
We'll catch you next time.
Thanks.